Hello everybody, this is Luke with Owls TV and we are here today to talk about our cannabis news as well as Delta 8 news. So let's get right into it. This is going to be something we're going to be doing on a weekly basis so we can all keep up to date on what is happening with regards to Delta 8 regulations and just as well as anything to do with what is going on in the cannabis industry. So obviously, first things first, let's pop over here and look at some highs and lows of Delta 8 and the possibility of it being regulated. So as of right now, we have, 7 states that have come out saying that they want to regulate it, ban it. That's basically the only two, right? Or just trying to figure out what to do with Delta 8. So first things first, hats off to Alabama. I think Alabama's the state that we'd look at as like, can't get any weed, you certainly can barely get a hemp product, and if you think you're going to be selling Delta 8, like, get the hell out of here. So Alabama actually had Delta 8 and also Delta 10. It was on a ballot to be banned along with another, I suppose, a research chemical or something like that. And what do you know, with everyone like had the expectation this is going to be banned, and they decided to take it off the list, which is huge. There's definitely a big outcry of people who are like, and even in some of the comments of our videos, that people were saying this stuff really helps and we can't get anything. And obviously there's a lot of people who reached out to their senators and it was taken off the list. I couldn't believe that. Next in line, we've got Illinois, we've got Kentucky. Kentucky's response was honestly just an absolute joke. They basically came out with a legal opinion that basically means nothing, right? Like, we can all have legal opinions that basically stated that Delta 8's illegal, it's illegal under federal law, and our belief is that it's illegal here. And basically what they're saying is that we don't really know what to do. We're going to tell you we don't like it, but we can't really enforce that. So, they can make your life a pain, of course, but at the end of the day, it's pretty clear under the Controlled Substances Act that you cannot, apart from Delta 9 THC, which is still regulated, as long as it's less than 0.3% Delta 9, it doesn't matter what the cannabinoids are as long as it's derived from hemp, which Delta 8 is. So, you can have a legal opinion, but that doesn't actually excuse this. Should have put it on airplane mode. With Kentucky's legal opinion, that's literally just it. And it's pretty clear that Delta 8 is in fact legal, and even if you want to disagree with that, they can, but that's, it's not, it was just a legal opinion. It doesn't really mean anything. North Dakota is certainly anti Delta 8, and I imagine it's going to get banned there, although we said the same thing for Alabama. So it's like, hang on tight. Oregon is currently trying to set regulations for Delta 8, which I think is great. They just don't know what to do. They were talking about the Cannabis Control Commission possibly having something to do with monitoring the hemp program, and hopefully that doesn't happen. We're in Oregon. And so I think we'll probably work with maybe try to work with state regulators to actually, regulate this. Florida's actually doing that as well, which is great. And basically saying, hey, we've a lot of hemp farmers here, they're not making any money, and what do you know, Delta 8 is really helping them. So it definitely is here to stay in Florida. Vermont actually did ban it. They banned synthetic cannabinoids. So again, someone could have that argument, well, Delta 8 isn't synthetic, and could go to court about it. So really, with a lot of this stuff, there's no precedence really set yet for Delta 8. So until someone brings someone to court or there's a court case, it's sort of pretty up in the air. Washington State, big cannabis industry up there, and basically they said that you cannot have any synthetic cannabinoids in their marijuana system. So don't know what that means for their other system, but overall, like just their hemp program, but overall no synthetic cannabinoids. They do not want them in the market. And to be honest, you know, it could very easily very much disrupt the market, converting all of these cannabinoids, when people put up so much money for all their licenses. So I can sort of understand that. All right, well, look, jumping over to first, just quickly here, I want to touch on, we've been also seeing a trend lately of a lot of people talking about Delta 10, and Delta 10 being like, oh, we got the Delta 10. If you do your research, you'll see that there isn't really any Delta 10 on the market, and in fact, it's all Delta 8. So it's like, imagine Al's just comes out and we just say, hey, we got the new Delta 10. It's not Delta 10, it's Delta 8. And so just be very observing of the products that you're consuming. Just because it has a label on it that says like, hey, this is Delta 10, doesn't mean it's the case. And I would actually urge any of you to test one of those Delta 10 carts and wait till you see the results of it, because it's not Delta 10, and Delta 10 is not being produced right now in bulk by any way, shape or form, and definitely something that you could keep up to date with on Future 4200, as I've touched on before. But there's not really any D10 happening right now, so just be observing of that and be careful. Another thing to touch on is just following up here with MJBiz Daily. The marijuana market is expected to increase to $92 billion in 2021, which is a 30% increase. And then after that, it's expected to go up to $160 billion come by 2025. So we are really in the growth phase right now of this industry, and $160 billion is a lot of money, and you can have your place in it, right? So you need to figure out, where is it that you want to fit in, how can you fit in, and we would advise everyone to either if you don't know what to do, I would be working for free for someone, right? We pay to go to college, right? Same thing, you're working for free, you're paying to work under somebody else. And overall, I would just, be observing of how fast this industry is growing right now, and see that there's a lot of avenues. In the MJBiz article, it goes into a lot, whether it's, it's the retail market, it's packaging, it's real estate, it's farmland. There's so many avenues for marijuana. You can really have an opportunity to get in there, and it looks like it gets harder and harder, it seems, the further it goes on. So truly, you've just purchased Harvest Health for $2.1 billion. So when you start seeing monsters like that at play, it begins to be like, well, hey, how can I get my cannabis license and run my business? So just observe, where can you fit in. It can be delivery, it can be hemp. There's so many avenues. If you want to do something, definitely look to Future 4200. You can learn so much on there, and just know that there is a place for you in this industry if you want it. So that's all we have today to do with cannabis news. If you have any other cool articles, or if there's any other things you would like me to be touching on more, you can always send them to me or reach out on the Instagram, and we'll go from there. Just drop some comments below. Thanks, everyone.